And
And welcome to episode 7 of our 15-minute gaming reviews. I'm joined with Robbo.
how are we doing, Liam?
I'm alright, sir. I'm alright. And then we're going to be talking about the amazing Tomb Raider 1 on the PlayStation 1. How do you feel about this game, Robbo?
Amazing. Nah, mate. Mediocre at best. Overrated, overhyped, too hard in areas, brain scratcher, glitchy. Do you want me to carry on? And the engine.
I mean, I've never heard anyone say that. I've never, ever.
I don't know. I think this was my bane as a kid. Obviously, everybody got Tomb Raider. And
Yeah.
when you were playing in it and you were going well, you loved it. But then you hit that stupid switch in the middle of nowhere and you could not find it. You spend a week hunting. I lost all interest in it. I just thought, this is just stupid. And having to spend money on magazines and then you'd buy the magazine and it wouldn't be in that one. You're like, oh.
Well, I don't know what to say.
I mean, it's the pure frustration for me.
I mean, I loved it.
No, not for me.
I was that obsessed with the game. My mate recorded it on VHS, and he recorded him completing it. Like, and it was about 5 VHSs, right?
Wow.
And I used to watch it. I used to watch him play it.
Yeah. I love the front. I love the movies. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to slag but Tomb Raider 1. No, it's a black spot in my brain that I cannot stand. I would not play this game again if you paid me.
See, I hate the movies. I hate them.
I think it's because this game must have pushed me to the limit when I was young, and it did. Because, as you know, and we talked about in past episodes, when you got a game, that were it. Until your birthday, Christmas, you had that game.
Yep, yeah, that was it.
And the fact that I'd be stuck on the same bit for weeks, sometimes months on end, I think I'd be quite happy not to play it again.
I mean, I love that though. I love the fact that like it made you feel that you was in a tomb, and it made you feel that you was looking for things, and it had such a great feel to the whole game. Like, if someone was going to say, "What does it feel like to be in a tomb?" I would use Tomb Raider as an example. I mean, you're exploring. You did feel like you was part of a Tomb Raiding experience in. You know, I mean, don't get me wrong, some of the characters were ridiculous. I mean, like giant apes and crocodiles.
And then a T-Rex. Come on.
Yeah, the T-Rex ruined it. The T-Rex was ridiculous.
How is he going to live in that tomb for?
Well, that's the point, isn't it?
Even a tomb won't be that old to have T-Rexes in it.
I didn't like the fact that humans took about 50 bullets as well. That was ridiculous.
Yeah, you couldn't put no down.
Yeah, and I mean, you'd sit there and watch the bullets hitting his chest, and you see the blood splattering off the chest and off the head. So you're like, you've got a clean shot on him. I mean, so yeah, I mean, there is some flaws to it, and there is a lot of glitches. And to watch her fall from a high distance and splat on the ground is disgusting. Like, I did not like that at all. But the exploration, the climbing anywhere you want, the looking through things. I mean, I loved it. I mean,
the other thing that annoyed me, when you used to get out of the water and she'd do that dramatic, like, handstand into a flip over, and then the opposite way she'd do the big dive in. Like, come on.
I mean, that was cool. I mean, I just did that all the time because it was cool. I mean,
look what I can do.
I like it. Yeah, look at my handstand. I mean, she's from Derby. Did you know that?
Yeah, she's your claim to fame, Derby. It was the writer, wasn't it? The person who invented the character was from Derby.
Yeah. It's core design. It was core design, and it was based on a woman in Mikulova who went on her adventures with her dad. So the Lara Croft.
There you go.
She lives up the road, our Lara. And yeah, the original Lara Croft. So yeah, she's not far. And
I don't mind the concept of it. And there's there's better Tomb Raider games, and I do enjoy them. But this one for me, and the other one, I remember my dad was never a gamer, but he'd like to watch. Right, and there's no more frustrating than your dad pointing to stuff when you're lost, saying, "Have you tried that? Have you tried that?" It's like, you can't even touch that. Shut up. You know what I mean? For days on end.
Yeah. Yeah, there was bits where you sat there and you're like, where do I go? And what was really frustrating is that you literally stood right next to it and it's a tiny
Yeah,
ledge.
that was the frustrating when you find it. And you go, why has it took me a week to find that?
Yeah, I get that. I mean, and then you did find yourself running backwards all the time, like running just back to beginner level to see what you've missed. And yeah, I get that, but again, the story was fantastic. And again, going like the deeper you went into the tombs, and you know you're finding all the stuff, and it to me it did make you feel like, I mean, there was nothing. I think the game that came out at the time, what everyone was banging on about was Panzer Dragoon, and that came out because the graphics. Panzer Dragoon. I don't know if you ever played it. Panzer Dragoon
I
was
play Panzer. I like Panzer.
Panzer was brilliant, but this
Yeah, I
took
like Panzer.
all its glory and took everything away from it. There was nothing like this. There was nothing at all that was like Tomb Raider. Like just
No,
nothing.
I agree. It was its own entity at the time, and it really cemented itself in gaming history. It will be up there with the greats, but it wasn't great for me.
No, but what do you think to Lara Croft as a character?
Amazing, she's a brilliant character. I mean, we're at the first game where the woman were a lead. I can't remember any game before that where there were a real serious woman lead.
Metroid.
A Metroid,
Yeah, when Samus.
Samus, yeah.
Yeah, when she took her helmet off and everyone's like, "It's a woman!" I remember.
Oh my God!
I remember that when I was growing up, everyone went mad. But I think it's good to have a female role, and I thought it was fantastic to have Lara Croft as a female role. And I mean, I'll be honest, sometimes I don't like games that are female roles, because I like to, immerse myself in and pretend I'm that character sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that.
But with Lara Croft, I didn't. I didn't feel like I had to immerse myself in that. I felt like I was just exploring the tomb myself. And for me, it's really good. And I mean, it's not a sexist thing. It's just something that I do. I like to act like, I play Call of Duty and I love playing as the women in that. And but like some games, I just can't. Like, I mean, I don't like the new Star Wars with the woman in it, and I just can't get on with it because it's a woman, and it's
Yeah, I'm with you.
you know.
You want to be the hero of the story in them sort of games.
Yeah,
That's what it comes down to.
exactly. And with Tomb Raider, I mean, you didn't, you accepted like it's Lara Croft, and and again, it's not sexist. It's just my preference.
No, but it comes down to the games where you could pick male or female characters and name them. You never pick the female, did you? And then name it something else. You always it was a male and it was you.
Yeah, because you
That's
wanted
how
to.
you picked it.
Yeah, because you just wanted to be that person. You wanted to be that
Correct.
character, and you wanted to be a part of the story. And but with Lara Croft, I didn't feel like that, and I thought that was one of the best things about the game is that it had a strong female lead that I felt like I could play and enjoy, and it's something that was quite rare for me. That's why I thought this is one of the best games. I mean, to me, it's the Tomb Raider 2 might be the best Tomb Raider. I'm not sure.
I like Tomb Raider 2.
Tomb Raider 2 wasn't bad. I think Tomb
I just
Raider.
can't stand 1.
Yeah, I think Tomb Raider 2 was everything that we wanted to happen in 1. I think they put everything together, and 2 was just brilliant.
They mastered it by 2. I think that's what they did. They mastered what they were trying to achieve.
Yeah, I think they got everything they needed to achieve. But again, Tomb Raider 1 is, for me, I can sit and watch it all day. I can play the game all day. I can watch people play it. I love the graphics. I mean, especially at the time, the graphics were insane. Like, you've never, ever seen anything like that. I mean, again, that's why I got my mate to record it on VHS. I just sat and watched this. I was just amazed. Like, oh my God, she looks real.
It wasn't just that, were it? With the detailing inside these caves, you could see the cracks in the cave walls and the water on the walls. The moisture. It was ahead of its time. It was definitely way ahead of its time. It was just frustrating that with the no help when it all went wrong, and you just sat there in limbo.
Yeah, there was no help. None whatsoever. Like some games have like highlighted ledges and stuff like that. There was no help. You just figured it out, which is cool. I mean, but it depends how frustrating you want a game to be, or it just depends, doesn't it? But yeah, Tomb Raider 1. If you're going to score it 10 out of 10.
I'm being generous at 4. Where are you?
It's not the best Tomb Raider, so I will give it an 8, just for the fact it is a classic and what it stands for, and it brought it really empowered women into gaming and giving women like amazing like gaming characters, which is needed. I mean, when Samus was revealed and everyone kicking off like I've just been playing, I hated that. I always and I love it that you get good strong roles of women in games. So for me, Tomb Raider was brilliant, and the graphics were out of this world at the time, like out of this. Again, just for
that's why I'm at 4 because the graphics were good. The sound effects are amazing when you're swimming through the water.
Yeah, the music
you could hear it.
Music
the
was
music
brilliant.
were good.
Yeah,
So it's a strong 4 for a game I can't really stand. For me, obviously 8 from you. Does that mean we have to go in between and call it a 6 for the episode, or are you going to overrule me?
No, it's a 6. We'll go for a 6. It's a team effort. So there we go, guys. Tomb Raider 1 gets a 6 out of 10. If you agree, then let us know. If you don't, let us know. Yeah, we'd love to. Again, we do these. I actually do these not for like just for views or anything. I actually do these because I love hearing about opinions. I mean, there was a guy who we did a top 10 arcade, and the guy was telling me I lived in Skegness, and he's told me this whole story about him living in the arcades and what games he played, and and I love to hear stories, and I love to hear what people have got to say. And our opinions are completely different, and that's why there's 4 of us, because Jamie's games and Robbo's games and my games are completely different. And so
and Bren's games don't matter because he don't game because he's shit.
Yeah, I mean, unless you play Football Manager. So yeah, but yeah, that was it.
It's all Warriors.
Yeah, all Warriors. That's all he plays. So yeah, but if you enjoyed it, I mean, you're enjoying these, keep following, subscribe. Pardon me, subscribe. Go on the playlist. There's loads of these, and there's loads more coming. And we hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you all soon.